Let's talk about some of the week's hot stories. There is no precedent in American presidential history for the dispute that erupted between former President Donald J. Trump and the National Archives when FBI agents searched Mr. Trump's Palm Beach estate. After Trump's home was searched, an Ohio gunman also seemed to threaten the FBI. What took place? Let's uncover the stories. Why did the FBI search Mar-a-Largo? According to the search warrant, which has been made publicly available, FBI agents gathered information on August 8 as part of a probe into whether Mr. Trump handled government documents improperly by bringing them to Mar-a-Lago. It's important to note that U.S. presidents are required to transfer all of their papers and emails to the National Archives, a department of the government. The organizations claimed earlier this year that it had recovered 15 boxes of documents from a Mar-a-Lago that Mr. Trump was supposed to turn over when he left the White House. They included classified information, it claimed, as the Justice Department was asked to look into it. Prosecutors had to convince the judge that they had reason to believe a crime may have been committed in order to get this search warrant. We also know that the Attorney General, the nation's top lawyer, and head of the Justice Department approved the effort to obtain a search warrant. The question remains, did they find anything worthwhile? According to an inventory that was made public alongside the search warrant, there were 20 boxes of material. 4 of the 11 sets of classified files taken by the FBI were marked top secret. 3 of the sets were labeled secret documents, while the other 3 were confidential. The cache also contained files with the designation TS/SCI, which stands for the nation's top secrets, the disclosure of which could have exceptionally grave repercussions for U.S. national security. According to court documents, some of these records were only intended to be stored in safe government locations. However, there is a lot we don't know about the things on the inventory, and the court records don't say what information these documents might contain. Other items taken, for instance, include a photo album, a handwritten note, and unspecified details about the President of France. Trump's response. Yes, the former president had voiced his concerns about the FBI investigation and has vehemently denied any wrongdoing. He said that the agents had seized all declassified materials, which had been stored in safe storage if the Justice Department had requested it. He claimed he would have handed them over. On Friday, his office released a new statement that affirmed the declassification of the records. It said that the President of the United States was the only one with the authority to classify and declassify documents. Legal scholars contend that while Mr. Trump asserts that he declassified the records before leaving office and that the President has the power to do so, the situation is more nuanced than that. How big are Donald Trump's legal problems? The handling of presidential records and classified material is subject to a number of rules that carry both criminal and civil consequences. In fact, while he was in office, Mr. Trump enhanced the penalty for removing sensitive records of material. They are now punishable by up to 5 years in jail. According to the leaked search warrant, these possible offenses are being looked into by the authorities, which are Espionage Act offenses, justice obstruction, unlawful management of government documents. The former president has not been accused of any crime, and it is yet unknown if the probe will lead to criminal charges. After Trump's house search, an Ohio gunman appeared to threaten the FBI. A shooter who was shot and killed in a gunfight after attempting to enter the FBI's Cincinnati office posted on social media that federal agents should be killed on sight as a result of the search at the house of former President Donald Trump. According to the official, the federal investigators were looking into social media accounts they think are connected to the gunman. 42-year-old Ricky Schiffer. According to police, the suspect attempted but failed to penetrate a visitor security screening section at the FBI headquarters in Cincinnati. He left the scene but was apprehended approximately 20 minutes later by a police officer. The man was pursued until he came to a halt and exchanged gunfire with authorities before escaping into a cornfield. After an hour-long standoff, he waved a firearm at authorities and was shot and killed by police.